Hey there. So, I drove over to Felix's house to finish our track bar, well, Hector's track bar, and to put the right length in. So far, so good. We had to cut it 3 more times, but we're actually about to install it. So, stay tuned. Find out how I got here with all this upgrade shenanigans. Welcome back to maintenance of your rig. I guess we're gonna call the series something like that.
No, this is an upgrade.
But this is an upgrade, yeah. We've done a lot of research online for this upgrade, and everything's kind of spotty with it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of misinformation with this upgrade.
A lot of, oh, this part will work, this part will work. Oh, maybe it won't work if you have this and that, and like. So what we're doing is upgrading the brakes and the steering on Hector. So the goal today is to go over everything that we are using to help any of you guys out there that are looking into upgrading your brakes for either an XJ, TJ, anything with the high pinion 30, really.
So what we're doing here to Josh's Jeep Hector is we're doing a WJ Knuckle conversion for the bigger brakes.
So what we did was actually find the knuckles with the plates already welded on. So it kind of saved us a step already. But you can get these plates off of Amazon.
JCR sells them.
JCR sells them. There's a bunch of companies that sell them. So what they're already welded on. So we went ahead and spray painted them up, cleaned them up. And then we did ball joints. We did
It's a WJ, so an 04 Jeep Grand Cherokee upper ball joint, and then it is an XJ of pretty much just about any year.
Yeah,
for the XJ series, lower ball joint, which is just your standard Jeep Cherokee.
The steering, we're mocking it up. We are going to try to do over the knuckle for better clearance, but we could always switch to under the knuckle. We got to mock this up so then we can get to the track bar, and that's when the welding and cutting is going to happen. So, in the meantime, we're going to mock it up and probably get the brakes put on. I'm thinking compress, it's going to be different. Push up on that side, Brady? Or not that? I'll hold it down on my side. Go ahead, Felix. I'm hitting.
Just slip down.
I'm hitting. That's not a full turn, huh?
That's it.
That is?
That's all she's got.
Oh, that's because I'm hitting though. Go back the other way.
Well, that's sway bar like that.
That's hitting the
Not gonna change
bracket,
it.
not the link.
If we
Alright, that's the whole way there.
Yeah, that's full turn there.
if we put washers underneath that, push it up, would it be enough?
Maybe. Well, I'm thinking this, Larry. What if when it's compressed it doesn't hit at all? What if we swap this? Put this bar on the inside.
It won't change where this is.
All I'm saying, if we swap this to the other side, and we actually take this, because we're cutting all this crap off of here anyway, we could actually keep part of this and literally hack this off
Put them
and
on
weld
the
this right
inside.
here.
And you could even, I like where he's going, but I think rather than do anything with this, just swap the bolt around. And then it'll clip on this side instead of on that side.
But I thought it was
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's hitting on the bracket. It's not hitting on the bolt. It's hitting on the
Yeah,
bracket.
but if you
itself.
move it over the length of the sway bar link, that's what, an inch?
So, what, move the bracket to this side?
Yeah, and leave the sway bar link right where it's at. I don't think we're getting much better than that.
And Felix is welding right now on the axle, track bar bracket.
Because the way I started thinking about it, right, if you have something that goes into your tire, it's going to hit this and it ain't going to go anywhere. It's a flat surface. But if
have it like.
You guys are good. Yeah, like cockeye a little bit.
That follows all bars.
Yeah.
So we think that.
I think that looks really good. Yeah, that looks. That right where Larry's holding it is a really good spot. Hold on, I'll come slide the pipe out. Okay, there's that pipe there. Larry, don't move, breathe.
Or anything.
What we're doing is we're putting on a RuffStuff kit on this Dana 30. I think it's a little overkill, but you know, it is what it is. Why not beef it up? So cut off some of the old brackets, and I wanted to reuse the same bracket instead of welding it to the unibody itself. I think it's going to work out pretty nice. We have the lower bracket on already. It's a nice offset. Kind of locked it up very well. There's a lot of, so we found that there's a bit of misinformation with some of the brakes. So there's two ways you can go about doing your rotors on the brakes. Right? So you can either get WJ rotors that have already been re-drilled for an XJ wheel bearing.
Or you could drill them yourself.
Yeah. Or
Iron
we saw
rod
on some
cells in the
forums.
kit.
We saw on some forums that people were saying you could use Ford Explorer Sport Trac.
2002 Ford Explorer Sport Trac with a 4.0.
Right.
Front rotors, which is the same bolt pattern, but when you do the wheel bearings, you actually have to grind the hat of the wheel bearing to fit the rotor on, and it literally takes 30 to 40.
Right. It's literally not even a millimeter. It's like almost a nanometer. Like it's half a millimeter of difference that prevents the hat from actually going inside the rotor.
Yeah, if you're on a bench and you can spin it, it literally takes a couple seconds to grind down.
Yeah.
And then they fit right on. Alright, so the other day when I had Tyler, Larry, Felix, and Joe giving a hand on the brake conversion, steering conversion, and the new track bar, we didn't have enough time to finish up. So now, it's been a couple days, we got it to the point where I can drive it back and forth, just for little trips, whatnot. Now I'm on my way to Felix's house, which we're going to fix the track bar. Now, if you've ever had bump steer, I would say it's more than likely from the track bar. If not all from the track bar. Not the right angle. So we're going to correct that. Like I said, we did what we could the other day. Just get it on the road. Ran out of time. It happens. So now, time to get it fixed. And hopefully me and Felix can take care of this in a couple hours.
From here to here to stay the same, but we're gonna make that half thread.
Yes, what we're going to take in consideration, because if you look over here too, I'm hitting that upper mount on that track bar. Now I know that'll change once we move that up, but how much will that change? Like, I feel like we brought the threads in a lot, when in reality we have tons of thread on the inside.
Yeah, it can get bigger, but we actually need to make it smaller.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can do right now is go bigger. I can't go smaller. Like, you can't suck to one side. But as of right now, what we did do was square the axle. So side to side, it's perfect right now. But it just needs to be in this hole and that hole. So both middle holes. Also, I had to take my sway links off. What we didn't take into consideration is that it's completely backwards, to where you would have to hook them up. And this one actually binds against the spring. So I took it off to help with the bumps here anyways, and actually made a big difference. So I don't know, one day we may just come in here and cut this off and move it too.
What's wrong with? Wait, how is that one binding? We didn't move it.
The whole thing actually moved over because we moved that pivot point. So now, show me measure this and add both these to our measurement of this.
So, yeah, we can go center to this end. You're looking at 2 3/8. That's right, center. 2 3/8. So if you have 2 3/8, so that's 4 7/8.
Yeah.
No, sorry, that's 1 3/4. My math is all over the one day.
alright.
So we have to add, so 27 3/4 minus 4 3/4.
So honestly, you're just
23
taking
inches.
off, yeah,
Yeah.
just 23 inches.
Overall, and we're at 25.
Okay. So 23. I said a. Wow, I said 1.5 inches. I was close, guessing. Off. It is night and day difference with track bar being relocated in the correct spot and cut down. So thank you, Felix. Literally night and day difference. The brakes are awesome. The steering is, oh my god, tight, which is really odd for an XJ. So I'm gonna have to relearn how to drive it. I'm gonna have to get tested.
Excuse me, sir, why are you wearing a hat?
Why are you?
I asked you first.
Well, sir, it appears we are at an impasse.
Cut number 3, 4,
3,
5,
4,
6.
7.
This is the best part.
Yep.
Hope I grabbed the right ones. I don't think I did. I did not.